Hey, beautiful Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your Tarot and Oracle reading for October 2025. I'm going to do a path reading to see what is coming in for you in October, what gifts and blessings you'll receive, what challenges you might face. We'll get some advice from Spirit and we'll pull some Oracle cards. Now, before we get into your reading, just a few reminders. This reading is for your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Some months you'll resonate more with one than the other. I usually resonate with my Rising sign, but some months my Sun sign or my Moon sign really speak to me, so I recommend you watch all three for a full picture. And while I say this reading is for October 2025, timing is divine and so are you. So if you do find this outside of time, there's probably a message in here for you, and I encourage you to watch. Now, I'm trying to grow my channel, so I appreciate if you get value here to like and subscribe. That'll help others find my videos as well. I'm using the Trick or Treat Tarot because it is October, and I will use some Halloween and Samhain themed oracle decks as well. Those will be in the description below. I've cleared your space, and now let's get into the reading. God, Spirit, Universe, please bring truth, wisdom, and understanding to this reading for the Pisces family, and help Pisces navigate to their highest and most blessed timeline. Thank you, Spirit. And Pisces, I want to mention that on the 6th of October, there's going to be a full moon in Aries, which is in your 12th house. That's the house of Pisces. So it's really consequential for you, Pisces. A full moon brings closure, culmination, fulfillment, and it shines a spotlight on a specific part of your chart, right? And for you, the 12th house is like the ending. It's karmic release, and it's also solitude, deep spirituality, and also, like, for some people, it's like being institutionalized or, losing control of their life. So we'll see what the cards say about that as well, okay? Now you start with the 8 of Swords to 7 of Pentacles to Page of Wands to 7 of Swords, and then the Emperor. So this is you taking control of your life. You are overcoming some self-imposed limitations. The 8 of Swords is an energy of self-imposed limitation. It's not seeing yourself clearly, not trusting yourself, in some ways not knowing yourself. It's like looking in the mirror and seeing a different person than is actually standing in front of the mirror, and projection as well, but also a lot of thoughts that can confuse you and cloud your judgment, and just the need to take off the mask and to free yourself in some way. There is a need to speak your authentic truth and to just be vulnerable, and trust that Spirit has your back and that all this is happening for a reason. And then you go to the 7 of Pentacles, which is an early harvest. So you're going to receive some kind of material harvest this month. This could be unexpected money, extra money, a raise. This could be increased profits. This could be, an inheritance, a lottery winning, like something in addition to what it is that you normally get. And this harvest comes because of something a seed that you planted, whether it's an intention or a creative venture, whatever it is. But that's powerful to get an early harvest because it's going to give you what you need to continue. It's going to put fuel into the machine to allow it to keep going, or give you confidence that this actually works. It's proof of life, I want to say, for some of you. And then you have Page of Wands, which is bold energy, like you're becoming the dragon. And now you know the way. You know what you must do. So, you're on a mission too. The Page of Wands can be seen as like Joan of Arc, who the King of Spain offered to give her his own sword to go to war. Or was it the King of France? Maybe the King of France. And she refused it because she said that she knew where her sword was. It was buried underneath the pulpit in a super old ancient church in the back country. And they went and they dug under the church and they found a sword that had been buried hundreds of years before. Spirit told her where that sword was. So because she got that information from spirit, from her gods, guides, and guards, her angels, her ancestors, whatever it is, she just knew, you know. So there's a lot of certainty here. And I feel like that Seven of Pentacles has a lot to do with that for many of you beautiful Pisces. And then you have the Seven of Swords. This is overcoming imposter syndrome. This is that boldness of the Page of Wands helps you to step into the spotlight for some of you, to say your authentic truth, your authentic words for some of you. And that frees you. That helps you to take off the bandage, to take off the mask, right? And to like, I keep wanting to say your words, because this image here, she's blowing fire, like she's blowing through this thing that's making fire come out. And he's wearing blue, that's throat chakra energy on his head, right? So your words are coming out, like your throat chakra has been cleared for some of you. And then the Emperor you end with, taking control of your life, becoming the sovereign. Now that I no longer have imposter syndrome, or I'm clear about how I feel about things, and I can see myself more clearly, and I can show myself more clearly, nothing can stop me. And people are following me. And also there's a lot of protection. There's a real protected energy here. The Emperor puts up boundaries and fences and structures. Like, you're structuring your life too. You could just be simply creating like lists, like to-do lists, a budget, a meal plan, like things like that, right? Like taking your life into your own hands, taking control of your life, time management, that kind of thing. But that's in addition to like shining your light and to showing yourself to the world. I just feel you like unfolding, like a flower unfurling. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look, people are following you, and here you are with that sword, with that Joan of Arc sword, the sword of truth. Like, you know the truth and you're standing on the truth. I love it. So your challenges, beautiful Pisces, is the Hierophant and the Ten of Swords. The Hierophant is like finding your way spiritually, staying connected spiritually. This could be like losing yourself, forgetting who you work for, which is spirit ultimately, forgetting who your partner is, spirit ultimately, not to be too spiritual about this, but that's the truth. You are here. You are spirit. Spirit works through you, right? And whatever your intention is spirit's intention. So, and I have that strongly, again, because of the Joan of Arc message I'm getting, right? So you have to like take the time, maybe even extra time this month, to communicate with spirit, to receive those downloads, breathing, moments of silence, meditation, prayer, mantra, affirmations, whatever, And then Ten of Swords. So this is something emotional or mental that you have to work through. I feel like for a lot of you, there's a need to forgive yourself or others. The 12th house has a lot to do with karmic release. And I really feel that clearly with this particular Ten of Swords, because you can see this is a voodoo doll, right? So there's a need for cord cutting energy here to free yourself from a karmic level curse, an ancestral curse, DNA level healing. And all that's needed is clarity to take the sword out of your heart. We're the ones with the Eight of Swords here, like we're always the ones standing in our way, and you have all of the markers here of taking your life back, basically. Right? But that is going to be a challenge for you to do so, because it's like soul deep. You can do this, but you're going to have to go soul deep. And it's going to be uncomfortable with the Ten of Swords. It's uncomfortable. And of course, that's going to be a challenge. The discomfort of being disillusioned for some of you. seeing that things that you believed in before are not actually the truth. Findings for some of you, your world flipped upside down, and things that, you thought were supposed to be one way, you find are the opposite way, and it can be very, very unnerving. It's not going to hurt you. It's just distracting, and it, like I said, can be uncomfortable. And then your blessings, though, is the 10 of Cups. There's no greater blessing than that. 10 of Cups is wish fulfillment on many levels. This is many wishes coming true. This is the culmination of your wishes and desires. This is like an opportunity for brand new wishes and desires, a new path to be on, because this one has completed like the full harvest, right? Of your emotional body, your cups. I love it. There's a lot of love there too that's blessing you. And then the Wheel of Fortune, which is the closure of a cycle. So whatever cycle is closing here is a huge blessing. It can bring you a great boon with the Wheel of Fortune, a major harvest, right? Also, with the Wheel of Fortune, things turning in your favor. Like, this is the great astrological wheel in the sky that turns to our detriment or in our favor. If it's in your blessings, it's turning in your favor. And that's very, very good news for you, because that's going to affect you, just like in the 10 of Cups, on many levels of your life. So your life is going to look very different. And one more thing I want to say about this card is this is Morpheus in the Matrix offering you the red pill or the blue pill. You're always going to take the red pill. You're going to see things clearly. You're going to see the world differently, right? Which is that 10 of Swords energy. Like the world, there's that disillusioning energy that's like, oh my gosh, the world is upside down. Well, you can see it right here. So while that is a difficult thing for you, it's also a blessing for you. This is big stuff, beautiful Pisces. Like, this is big. And this is super consequential. And know that I am doing a mid-October reading as well after this, and you'll see that in a week or so. And I recommend you come to see that, to see what else comes, because this is like so consequential. All I can say is take the red pill, keep your eyes and ears open, and trust the truth, I want to say, okay? And then your advice, you have Queen of Cups, which is very intuitive energy, very emotional, recognizing your emotional guidance system and following it. So you're told, if you hang out with somebody or you go someplace and afterwards it doesn't feel so good, don't go there anymore. Don't hang out with them anymore. That is soul-sucking energy. And even if it's a little uncomfortable afterwards, that is your emotional guidance system telling you it's not good for you and it's not healthy for you. And in your advice row, that is a strong admonition to stay true to yourself, to stay true to what your intuition wants for you and your heart's true calling wants for you. Okay. And then you have Ace of Wands. When given a choice, choose what's new. The Ace of Wands is a new magic wand given to you for a new mission and a new passion, right? So this is like, be open to a new project. Wands is how you use your body, or where you put your blood, sweat, and tears as well, right? So a commitment to start something new that is like work. Go in that direction. That will take you into a good future, a crossroad that allows you to continue on one path or to start a new path. I would choose the new. And then the Five of Pentacles. Change your values in some way. And I feel like that's inevitable, but I think Spirit wants you to know that there's a reason for it. And the reason I say that, and that's like, okay, you have the 10 of Swords here, which is like a little bit of pain and discomfort and disillusionment. And then you have the 5 of Pentacles in your advice row, which is saying that pain, disillusionment, and all that is good for you. All right. The Five of Pentacles is a haunted house here where the kids don't want to go and beg for candy. And it's ill-advised if they do. So don't do it, right? If something doesn't look right to you or feel right to you, it's not for you. And in the traditional Five of Pentacles, like in the Waite Smith version, it's a church and it's all lit up and it's filled with people singing and it's warm. And on the outside is cold and winter and it's beggars walking by. And they would love probably to go into that warmth, but it's not for them, right? And that's the message here is in the fives, you have to change something. And the Pentacles is your values, you know. Maybe that church was good for those beggars at one point, but now it's not. And they need to go find their place. They need to find what's right for them. And in choosing what's right for you, what's more authentic for you, not to go around whatever emotional vampire or energetic vampire energy might be out there, could land you getting fired, kicked out of your house, ostracized from a group, broken up with, disowned by a family, like that kind of energy with the Five of Pentacles, it could. But this is saying that's quite all right, because whatever it was that is no longer with you wasn't for you in the first place. It wasn't in alignment with you in the first place. Like, this is real karmic release. Beautiful Pisces. And I know that's deep, but you know, that's what's there. So you also have Earth, happiness in our hearts and homes, Jack-o'-lantern, protection, and Owl, wise seeing, wise action. So Earth, or Hearth, as some would say, happiness in our hearts and homes. There is happiness here. There is peace here. You know, I really feel like this also is like grounded energy, like not going out as much, you know, like hunkering down as well, you know. So prepare to do that, find comfort in that, you know, allow that to be part of your energy this month. Jack-o'-lantern, protection, you are protected. And I clearly feel that. And you have the Emperor, his head is a jack-o'-lantern, and the Emperor, like I said, builds structure and boundaries. So protect yourself, build protective walls, protect your energy with the Queen of Cups as well. But you are protected. Spirit is protecting you. An Owl, wise seeing, wise action. So like, be wise. You know, make wise choices this month. Look again with the Queen of Cups in your advice row, you know, exercise discernment, exercise, like I said, your emotional guidance system. And you have altar, a sacred devotion, a worship, skin deep, rising from the ash, the waters you keep. So this altar is you connecting to spirit, you staying connected to spirit. You know, I talked about with the Hierophant, you know, it could be challenging to do so this month. You're being called to do so, and I don't think you'd be called to do so if spirit didn't have information for you, energy for you, and blessings for you in doing so, okay? So thank you so much for being here, beautiful Pisces. Thank you for being you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.